Hi guys, welcome to the Savvy Money Show with me, your host Sean. I thought you would appreciate a quick look at one of Trevor Milton's projects, his attempt at beating Tesla to the SpaceX and Elon Musk's SpaceX program. But anyway, it didn't pan out. Still, never mind. Today we're going to concentrate on doing an in-depth analysis of quite a number of high growth stocks. I have done this before, but I've added a couple of lines, and of course the prices have changed, so I've done this before the video, because when I was doing this with you guys in it, I couldn't put as many stocks in, and it was lasting over 45 minutes to an hour, and people were only staying for 2.5 minutes because I realised that my voice is a bit monotone and that you guys it's a bit boring, and I appreciate you guys giving up your precious time to listen to it. So we are going to start with amazing.com. Look at that price. I mean, how can you not say? Now, if you remember, I changed my intrinsic value calculator. For the purpose of this, I'm going with the old one. Right now, the old one was saying basically I've set up my program with two different intrinsic value calculators, and I've got two different programs. One of them, it was always giving out values that I didn't agree with, and one of them was a bit closer to the mark. Anyway, with Amazon, last time the intrinsic value was 3,131. This time it is 2,803. With what it was before was 2,304. Just so that you know. The analyst value is $3,668.59. It has a year-to-date stock gain of 58.9%. It was over 78%. Total assets versus total liabilities ratio is 1.4. Revenue growth is 27.7%. The operating margin is 5.2%. Net income margin is 4.1%. Levered free cash flow is 8.4%. Piotrowski score is 5. We want it to be 5 or more. Debt to equity is 1.24%. Sorry, 1.24. And don't forget to hit that lovely like button, almost as lovely as me. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and getting the video out to more people. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Become part of the Savvy Money Show family. We give each other hints and tips and updates about stocks and shares we talk about on the show. As well as that, you can ask me to look into any share you want, and I don't charge a Discord fee or ask for a Patreon. All I do ask is for you to comment in the box below and hit the like button. Even if you disagree with me, especially if you disagree with me, I like a debate. And if I do something wrong, I want you to call me on it so I can improve the channel. And why not check out the links in the description below? There's lots of others. I've used each one of them myself. I wouldn't give you links if I haven't checked them out myself. If you're looking for a free trading platform which should trade your stocks and shares, you know, you can get a free share worth up to £200 for signing up and depositing a small amount. A free trade only requires a £1 deposit. The others require £100 or dollars, depending on which one you go for. Stake has over 3,500 US stocks on their books, which is the biggest one outside of the US. Whereas Trading 212 It's one of the best and easiest platforms to use. But as I said, I use all three. Anyway, on with the show. And now we move on to Apple. The intrinsic value is 86.63. The analyst value is $119.15. Year-to-date stock gain is 46.54%. If you followed me last time, it was 66%. Total assets versus liabilities is 1.29. Revenue growth is 5.7%. Operating margin is 24.5%. Net income margin is 21.3%. Levered free cash flow is 26.2%. Psth score is 7. Debt to equity is 1.69. And then we go to Accenture. Now, with Accenture, the intrinsic value is $229.72. Analyst target is $232.68. Year-to-date stock gain is 13%. Total assets versus liabilities is 1.89. Revenue growth is 4.4%. Operating margin is 14.7%. Net income margin is 11.1%. Levered free cash flow is 14.6%. Psth score of 6. Debt to equity of 0.22. Dividend yield of 1.35. Adobe. Now, this is one of the. There's a few that are under the intrinsic value. Adobe is one of them. It was $490. It is $495.83. The intrinsic value. It used to be $454.81. The analyst value is $554.65. Year-to-date stock gain is 41.76%. Used to be 49%. Total assets versus total liabilities ratio is 2.09. Revenue growth is 16.84. It was 19.3% last time I did it. Operating margin is 31.4%. It's a huge operating margin for a company this big. Net income margin is 30.7%. Levered free cash flow is 36.8%. Psth score of 8. That's an amazing Psth score. Debt to equity is 0.4. If you remember, I spoke about this before earnings, and the reason I didn't want to go in pre-earnings is because I said that yes, it is an online business, but a lot of the people who use it for online already had it or had access to it. But it's also a marketing business and brings in ad revenue. And problem is, it would have lost a lot of the ad revenue. And I felt that it's all about the outlook for Adobe and how the market would react. And I said how I would be looking to buy on the dip after earnings if there was one. Anyway, going to Tesla, my Tesla. Now, we all know about Tesla, and the intrinsic value is $334.53. And remember, I do not always agree with intrinsic values. They are not always a way to value a company. Before someone starts jumping on me. Analyst target is 318.77. Year-to-date stock gain is 428.47%. It was 400% last time I went through it. The total assets versus total liabilities is 1.42. Revenue growth is 3.1%. Operating margin is 4.7%. Net income margin is 1.4%. Levered free cash flow is 3.1%. Psth score is 7. Debt to equity is 1.57. Now, Facebook. This is another one that's under intrinsic value. Intrinsic value is $276.89. Analyst target of $290.30. Sorry. Year-to-date stock gain is 23%. Total assets versus total liabilities is 4.77. Revenue growth is 20%. Operating margin is 37.1%. Net income margin is 31.3%. Levered free cash flow is 25%. Psth score is 6. Debt to equity of 0.1. Now, getting to the good stuff. The company that's like Amazon but has better figures than Amazon. It has an it's below the intrinsic value because the intrinsic value is 304.51. Analyst value is 311.41. Year to date stock gain is 28.43%. Total assets versus total liabilities is 3.053. So they could pay their liabilities 3 times over. Revenue growth is 33.3%. Sorry, 33.5%. Operating margin is 19.1%. Net income is 32%. Psth score is 6. Debt to equity is 0.18. And this is the bit. Levered free cash flow is 27.33. Now, Canada Solar Inc. This is one of the companies I said I was looking into. I think you'll find out why. Intrinsic value of $25, so just above it. Analyst value of $29.53. Year to date stock gain of 32.49%. Total assets versus total liabilities of 1.418. Revenue growth of 0.35. Sorry. Operating margin of 11.6%. Net income of 8.04%. Psth score of 6. Debt to equity of 1.2. Now we are in the last stretch, and then I will discuss with you some other things. The intrinsic value of Intuit is $298.42. Sorry. Analyst target value is $356.25. Total assets versus total liabilities is 1.877. Operating margin is 28.3. Net income is 23.78. The Psth score is 4. Debt to equity is 0.77. Levered free cash flow is 30.67. Dividend yield is 0.79. Now, I realise I went through that very quickly. If anyone needs any of these put down in a list, just comment in the box below, and I will put it in the comments box. And you will have a copy of that, and I will see you in the next video. As I said, a lot of work's gone into that, so don't forget to hit the like button and comment what you think of it. Do you own any of these? Are you thinking of picking up any of these?